OmNa Sanctuary, and we are on an exciting journey today. This is my husband, Nick, and we have decided that we are going to drive all the way to Scotland to see the property that I was telling you about. We've got our 3 kids in the car. One's 14-month-old, one's 4 and one's 5, and this is probably the biggest journey, don't you think, in the car that we've ever done with the kids. So it feels like there might be a possibility that we might not make it. We'll have to see how they get on. Yes, so it's early morning and we are now driving. It says that it's going to take 6 hours. So we'll keep you updated on how it goes, but wish us luck. Travelled for 2 hours already. We stopped off at a soft play in Newcastle under Lyme, and that was good. It was a little bit cold inside, but it was good, and the kids let off some steam. And now the baby's fast asleep and hopefully gonna sleep for some time. So we're just carrying on the journey. I think we've got about 4.5 hours to go. Just past the border, and we're now driving into Scotland, and we still have about 2 hours left of our journey. So it feels like we've made it this far, but we've still got quite a way to go. But we're getting there, aren't we?
We are. We're definitely getting there.
It's about 3:30, so we're getting on in the day, and the beautiful blue skies and sunshine that we had earlier has now disappeared, and we've got lots of clouds, but the countryside is very beautiful. So we arrived last night in Wigtownshire in Scotland. I think we arrived about 6:30, and we'd been traveling all day. The last hour my daughter was getting a bit bored with it all, but we made it, so we were really pleased. And I didn't realize that the cottage we'd booked to stay in was actually just down the road from the property, so we ended up driving past the property last night to see it, or to get to the cottage. But we've had a lovely morning. We've been down to the harbour, we've had a drive around and just looked at the area, and it's been so amazing because as we were driving up, I was getting so many messages from the OmNa family and different people giving suggestions, some saying about areas in Wales that they think would suit us and schooling, other people, saying about just different areas all around the countryside. And it was so amazing just to have the support and just I suppose ideas and opportunities it's been so amazing. So thank you everyone for your comments and your advice and your guidance. It's so helpful. And one thing, I suppose, when you see a property online, you see the property, you don't actually see the area as well. And while the area is lovely, I mean, look at all the green, the grass, and everywhere you look, you can see the sea. It's so that, you know, it's amazing. But what we didn't realize around the property was there was so much farming. It's a real agricultural area. And one person from the OmNa family actually emailed me on the way to the property saying that I'd shared a picture of the property with them, and they said that they thought that it was a real agricultural area, which might not suit the temple. And it really is. It's an amazing area, but it is an agricultural area as well. So tomorrow we're going to view the property, but it's interesting just being here, and I'm trying to feel into the area, and I realize there's like this longing to be not to necessarily be here, but just a longing to be so I keep saying to be a longing connected to the area, and I'm wondering if that is a past life connection. And I've had a few visions of maybe in a past lifetime being in this area. We're about to go and visit I think it's called St. Ninian's Cave, which is meant to be a holy place. And yeah, we're just feeling into the energies around here. It's interesting, when I arrived last night, we were really tired from our drive, but I felt that, and it was quite hard to say to my husband Nick. I was like, I don't feel that this is quite right for us. And I was like, why did we come all this way? And when I arrive, I instantly go, why is it not quite right? But you know, I think today I'm a bit more open, and just trying to keep an open mind and an open heart, and we'll just see where it takes us. Yeah, it is a lovely place, isn't it? This is the beach that goes with the property.
I love it here.
Do you love it here? So, being here at the property, such mixed feelings. The property is such an oasis of calm and peace. So many lovely fields with stone walls, and then you have you're looking out at the sea. We were just down by the beach, on the private beach with the property. Just stunning. The kids had so much fun. Sophie looking for shells, and just, you know, just Ruben playing with so many different things there. It was just idyllic. But the property needs so much work. I'm also not sure about the surroundings, and it would take a lot for people to get here, I think, to the temple, travel wise. So yeah, just really unsure. So it's the second day of being back home after our journey to Scotland, and it was interesting because when I was there in Scotland, I didn't have that much like guidance or intuition or insights, and then as soon as we got home, the insights started to come. And we arrived home really late. I think it was about 10 o'clock. So we went, as soon as I put my head on the pillow to go to sleep, I felt that I was back on the property, on the land in Scotland that we had viewed, and I was on the beach area. Now, we had the most magnificent time on that beach because we were allowed to walk around the land, 45 acres of land, which includes this beach as well, a pebbled beach. And the sea is so gentle. The waves are so gentle. It's more like a lake than a sea because it's just so calm. And I was sitting there. My daughter was collecting shells. My husband and two other sons were just off exploring the rocks and the kind of cliff face. There was lovely areas where you could just sit or have a picnic, grassy areas amongst the rocks slightly higher up off the beach. And the sun came out while we were sitting there, and my daughter goes, "I love it here. It's amazing." And, I'm thinking the same thing. And as I sat down there and I was looking out to sea, I thought, this is what peace is. This is what tranquility is. This is what a sanctuary is. Because when we were on the land, we felt like we were in this cocoon, and it felt a really beautiful cocoon, like we were in a space of our own, and a very sacred space, a very peaceful space, and just enjoying our family. So it felt really beautiful. And as I was sitting there, I was just like, wow, this is what a sanctuary is on the earth. It's, just this peaceful place by the sea. And the stones were really beautiful, from the pebbles to the kind of cliff face stones. And yeah, it was beauty, it was tranquility, it was peace. And I had this kind of moment where I felt like, now I understand what peace is on the earth. And it felt really big. And so, but then I didn't really think about it afterwards. But as soon as my head hit the pillow and we were home, and I was back there instantly. I was sitting on the beach. My daughter was collecting her shells, and the shells were magnificent. They were so beautiful. And she was having the best time. And so I spent all night after our journey, although I was sleeping, I felt like I was back there on the beach, just enjoying the peace and the tranquility. And waking up the next morning, I was tired. We'd had a long journey, but I still felt very peaceful. And even taking my son to school the next morning, normally it's a rush trying to get 3 children out of the house, and but it wasn't. I was just almost gliding along very peacefully, and we did turn up late, slightly late. We just got in time, but later than we normally would. But I was just gliding. It was effortless, and I spent the whole day feeling just at peace. And just marveling at the land and the location, the beach, at how beautiful it was and how it had created such a lovely healing process within me, such a space of peace. So I really enjoyed that yesterday. That was something that was just kind of blossoming inside me, which I hadn't realized when I was there. The day before, we'd spent looking around the area, and I hadn't felt the same. I was very unsure about the area, but the actual properties, land, and that beach, that felt like a cocoon. Like there was just a real peaceful energy there. So that was really blissful to experience yesterday. And today I'm feeling very excited, and I don't know why. I don't know why I'm feeling excited, but there is this energy of excitement. It feels like things are building for manifesting the temple. So it is very exciting. I just got excitement kind of bubbling inside me. But in regard to the property, we're really glad that we went to see it. And I'm really, really grateful for that time that we had, where the estate agent just allowed us to view the land and the beach. There's a strip of trees in the land as well, and that was just magical as well. There were snowdrops, bluebells coming up soon, and the trees were just so old. You walked into it, and that in itself felt like a sacred space, like a temple. So it was, the land for us was just beautiful and breathtaking. But for us, the house, which obviously would be a very important part of our life, just didn't really do it for us, I suppose. And it needs so much work, like just a lot of work. And it's also quite small. And Nick, who is over 6 foot, had to duck to go in to each room through the door frames. So, it's not ideal for him either. So we were kind of left in a space where the land was just amazing and the house didn't quite do it for us. It felt like too much work, and also too much money to spend on it to bring it up to a standard that we could live in. So we I think we left, and we were in this space of just allowing it to all percolate through our beings. And I think I said to my husband, Nick, so where does this leave us? And he was like, confused, I think is what the answer is. So yes, we're slightly confused. But although it was a magical place, and I could so see the temple there on the land, it didn't have the family aspect that we needed. The house and the surrounding area was mainly just farms, and although there is a school nearby, it just didn't feel quite right for the children. I think if we did move there, we would have to homeschool, which is always something that is in my heart. I would love to do. But my son really enjoys going to school. So, it's working out all these details. So for us, the place was perfect for the temple, but not so much for us as a family, because my husband, although he's a chiropractor, and there isn't a chiropractor around for like 2.5-hour drive, there's not many people in the area, so it could be challenging for him as well. So we had all these just uncertainties, which I suppose is natural when you are looking at a property. Another thing was that there is a public footpath that would goes past the beach, and also if we were to have the temple next to the beach, it would mean that people can walk past the temple, which is fine, but it doesn't create the kind of the privacy, I suppose, that you could have any one walking past at any time. But maybe that's what it's meant to be. So we also found out that we can get a renovation mortgage. So we looked into that. So that is possible. But at this time, my heart is kind of in love with the land and that beach, that private beach, and just the sea being so calm. But everything else just doesn't quite fit for me, I think, and for my husband as well. So we're thinking that we won't put an offer in on this place, even though it's so idyllic and it's kind of hard to let it go. But it's really changed the way that we're thinking about things. And I think one person with the last comments from the OmNa family, with the last video from let me get my words out. So on our last video, someone commented from the OmNa family saying that this property was like a portal to finding our place for the sanctuary. And I do really feel that, because I've raised my bar in what I'm looking for. And if I found this place, which I did, I can find something that is even better, that would really suit us as a family, and also for the temple. And I maybe that's why I'm feeling excited, because it's opening up a new opportunity as well. So it really feels like now we've got the ball rolling, and we're just allowing that to manifest. We are going to our house isn't on the market. It was on the market about 2 years ago, but we weren't successful in selling it. So we are going to try again now in the spring, and I believe that something will come up then for us, because it really feels like this is the year that we will manifest this place for us, where we can build the temple as well. So we're energizing it. We are just bringing it into manifestation. But I wanted to say how amazing it has been, just to feel the support of the OmNa family, the people that have been emailing me, the people that are writing comments, everyone who's been sending energy and prayers and love to support the manifestation of it. It's just been breathtaking. And all the opportunities that have, come in, people are just giving us opportunities, which is just so amazing. It's a very beautiful space to be in, and it makes me feel so loved and supported, which is it's just amazing. So thank you to everyone, and thank you for the donations that have also come through. That's been breathtaking as well, and just people sharing their advice and their comments and suggesting areas in the world, and saying that they will support us and assist us, and it's just magical. It's so magical. We can't quite believe it. We feel very, very blessed. So thank you so much. And let's see where this journey goes. Yeah, we'll keep you updated. All my love to you. Bye.